Hello, I am Elchico of Bsece 3A. In this video, I will show you how to design and construct a 12-channel LED light effect visualizer using an Arduino Uno board. Let's begin. First of all, the materials we will be needing in our LED light effect visualizers are the following: 12 pieces of green LEDs of the same sizes, 12 pieces of 470 ohms current limiting resistors, a single piece of fast switch, a breadboard, some connecting wires, and an Arduino Uno board. With all the materials ready, let's now begin constructing our LED light effect visualizer. And here is now our finished circuit. I will now explain the connections of our circuit here. Looking at our Arduino board, looking at the pins number 2, 13, pin 2, 13 are all connected to the LED resistor in our breadboard respectively. So these resistors and LEDs are connected to pin number 2. This is connected to pin number 3, pin number 4, and so on. Next, above the pin number 13 here is our ground, which is connected to the ground rail of our breadboard. Our LEDs here are connected all to the ground rail, the negative markings of the breadboard, and our tact switch is also connected to the negative rail, and here is the wire that is connected to pin number 13. Lastly, pin number 14 or pin A0 is connected to our tact switch. Here, the color white connecting wires. Before we start programming our Arduino, our LED light visualizer, I will explain first the general function of our LED light visualizer. From here, this LED will turn on and it will run from here and here all the way here, and this LED will stay on and it will bounce back to the first LED from here, and once it reaches this spot, it will bounce back again to the 11th LED here, and it will continue to perform that action until all the LEDs will turn on. The next sequence is all LEDs will be turned off. All LEDs will be turned off with the same manner. In short, the next sequence is the reversal of the first sequence. So this LED will turn off first, and this LED will turn off, and just like the first LED, like it's just the reversal of the first sequence. And then this will turn off until all LEDs will turn off up to here. And then the next sequence, since the last LED will turn off here, the next light will bounce from here to here, and it will bounce back, so on and so forth. And it will again repeat the same reversal of the previous sequence. It will turn off all the LEDs until it reaches here, and it will go back to its original sequence, which will turn on here from here. The function of the tact switch, at the beginning, all LEDs are turned off, and once we press the button, the LED light effect visualizer will begin its sequence. And once we release this tact switch, the LED light effect visualizer will be paused to the instance where it is paused. For example, if I press here, and it will perform the LED light visualizer, and once I release here, this LED will be turned on. So that is the basic function of our LED light effect visualizer. With the circuit done, let us now begin programming our Arduino board. Here I already prepared the program for our LED light visualizer in the Arduino IDE application. I will explain each block of codes. Here, let's begin. This block of codes, this line of codes is our variables for our program. LED1 is set up as a pin number 2 of our Arduino board up to pin number 13. Pin number 14 is for our task switch, which is our pause and resume button, labeled as SW, and T equals to 100 is our delay for our sequence, delay of 100 milliseconds. Next is the void setup. This will set up the pins of our Arduino board. LED1, which is the pin number 2 of our Arduino board, is labeled as output, and it will output the functions of our Arduino program from pin number 2 to pin number 13. SW, or pin number 14, or pin A0 of our Arduino board, is set up as a input pull up. This function, void pause, will serve as our pause and resume of our task switch. When the task switch is high or not pressed, or rather, if the switch is pressed or high, the sequence will pause to the instance where it is paused. And if it is low or unpressed or released, it will continue the sequence. This is the first sequence of our LED that will bounce back and forth from LED1 to LED12, and the second sequence is just the reverse of the first sequence. Until all the first sequence will the last it will perform. The first sequence, the last is all LEDs must be turned on, but the second sequence, all LEDs must be turned off, all turned off as the last sequence. The last LEDs will be turned off in the LED number 12, and the next sequence will begin at LED 12, and it's just the same as the first sequence, but the difference is that from the first sequence is that the third sequence will begin in the LED number 12, and the fourth sequence, the last sequence, is just the reverse of the third sequence, and the last LED that will be lit up is LED 1, and it will just repeat the process from the sequence 1. The code here already prepared. Let us now upload this to our Arduino board. Just let's verify it first to if there's error. Since there's no error, we can now upload it to our Arduino board. After uploading our program to the Arduino board, let us now see if our circuit and program are working. Initially all LEDs are turned off, as you can see, and once I start pressing this button, the sequence will commence. 1, 2, 3. Just repeat to its first sequence. It will just repeat endlessly if we continue to press the button. But if we release the task switch, it will pause to the instance where the light sequence is performing. Release and press. Release and press. Release, press. And so that is my LED light effect visualizer. Thank you for watching.